Hi everyone, I'm Jacques, Leicester City fan for more years than I care to remember. I've seen all the good days and all the bad days as well, and we've seen loads of them. Now, when the big season happened a few years ago now, when we were winning the Premier League, my brother, bless him, gave me the idea of writing a book about what was happening. Now, book writing is not my forte, it's not my background at all, even in the slightest, but that little spark gave me an idea. I figured that if Leicester did win the league, there'd be a few books written about the event. It's never going to happen again, so yeah, why not capture it in print? But I thought I'd do things a little bit different, because I thought the people that would write books would be the professional writers, the journalists and them sort of people. But being a genuine fan, I thought, you know something, there's a market there to write it from a fan's point of view. I'd been reading all sorts of social media updates as the season was progressing. Various friends of mine and contacts around the country and even the world were saying, I wish I could be there. And that's where the spark really came from. My brother saying, why don't you write a book? And all these fans around the country saying, I wish I could be there. So my idea was to write a book about winning the Premier League and to try and take the viewer to the actual match as I was writing it. And that's where this first book came in. This is called We Are Staying Up, my very first book that I've ever written. I'm very, very proud of it. The title came a little bit tongue-in-cheek, because even though we're winning the Premier League, fans would still be singing We Are Staying Up, and rightly so. Plus the book actually starts from the Great Escape, them final 7 or 8 games when we were pretty much doomed, but then we won, what was it, 6 out of 8 I think it was, something like that. So the book actually starts there. So the We Are Staying Up title is a bit of a nod to that end of season Great Escape, but also to the tongue-in-cheek fans who were singing that even though we were walking away winning the league. So on the back of that, I thought, you know something, we're going to be in the Champions League next season. There's got to be a story there to tell as well. So on the back of that came this. This is called the European Tour. Pretty much in the same sort of format. Every game is covered in the League Cups, the friendlies, and all the league, but there's more emphasis on the Champions League games. Some great photos throughout from fans who are in Bruges, Porto, Seville, etc. Most of the pictures are actually mine, but I did require a few other pictures on some of the games that I couldn't go to from other fans. So we've got some great photos there, and it really is a fantastic memento for what was just about the most amazing season ever, apart from obviously winning the Premier League. It got to the end of last season, and I thought, right, it's nice to do books in threes. But then I thought, well, hold on a minute, what's going to happen this season, the season we're in now? We're not going to win the league, we're not in the Champions League, it's highly unlikely we'll win a cup, we'll probably come about mid-table, and that was my prediction at the start of the season, and so it's proved. So then I thought, well, if I'm going to write a book, a third book, I can't really do it about the team, the season, because who's going to buy a book about coming 12th, about getting to the quarterfinals of the cup? It's just not going to happen. And that's when I thought, hold on a minute, I've got an idea. And a couple of people gave me a bit of a spark here, and they deserve a bit of credit, because in the process of marketing and selling my previous 2 books, I've met so many amazing fans, and some of them have told me some amazing stories, funny stories, sad stories, interesting stories about their time as a Leicester City fan. So I put the feeler out there about, you know, do you think a book might work about the fans? And the overall majority of people said, yeah, I think it could work. So I started to put out all sorts of social media requests for pictures, for memorabilia pictures, for stories, you name it, I put it out there. I've been out to visit fans in cafes, in pubs, at their home addresses. They've come here to my address. I've met fans over the last 6 to 8 months now in all sorts of strange and weird and wonderful places to interview them, type up their stories. And slowly but surely, I built together my third book, which is Foxtails. And this book has literally just come out today. It's arrived. As you can see, the foreword is by Alan Birchinall, MBE. Thank you very much, Alan, for contributing towards this. He was very excited to be part of the book because, as you know, Alan loves Leicester City but also loves the fans. He really is the fans' ambassador for the club. So I'm very proud of this. It's come out extremely well. I've got stories going back to the 1950s all the way to modern day stories including European adventures. We've got great pictures of fans' memorabilia. That particular picture there is the match ball for Porto, the Porto game at home in the Champions League. We've got a picture there from Lynn Dudfield, who wonderfully adorned her Mini with the Leicester City badge. and so on and so forth. There's some great pictures there, great memorabilia pictures, and some great stories, and that's what it's all about. I even did a section about where were you when we won the Premier League. Now most of us, I'm sure, were in our front lounges watching TV, in the pubs maybe, but I met some fans who were in very strange places. For instance, the very first lady I met, Denise Midgley, was actually at Stamford Bridge. She paid £170 for a ticket to be at Stamford Bridge to watch that Hazard goal. So she was there, and she actually mentioned there was one or two other Leicester fans there as well. So I've interviewed her about that. All sorts of other fans were in strange places. This poor chap was actually at the theatre, Jeffrey Sharp. If you're out there, Jeffrey, unlucky. He was on a cruise with his wife, and she insisted that they went to the theatre on the cruise ship the night that Leicester were confirmed champions, so he missed it, unfortunately. So the book's all full of stories of weird and wonderful things like that, and it's come out today. So hopefully it should do very well from a selling perspective. Fans should love it because there's loads of fans there from all over the world. I've had fans contact me from New Zealand, from Australia, from Sweden, from America, to tell me their stories about being a Leicester fan, and it's all documented here. And the foreword, as I mentioned, has been written by Alan Birchinall. And the club also very, very kindly allowed me to include within the book a number of photos from their archives which have never been seen before. So thank you to John Hutchinson, the club historian, for very kindly allowing me to do that. So it should be on sale very soon. I'm hoping that it'll be on sale in the club shop, in the club fan store in the summer. I am in discussions with the club as we speak. But before then, if anybody wants to get in touch, you're more than welcome to, and I can sort out a copy for you. If you want to visit the website, which is www.bluearmypublishing.com, that's bluearmypublishing, all one word.com. You can order the books on there, or alternatively, you can contact me direct, and I should be able to sort out a copy for you.